Yes. So all the other theories, they cannot explain how sin is transferred from parents to children. Adam ate, how did we become sinners? If God creates a new soul and give it to us, how can we become sinners? How am I responsible for them? Funny theories they have brought up, and we will talk about some of those funny theories, It's a big subject. And now creationism is the third theory. That's a little bit different than the pre-existing souls. Creationism confines the idea of species to the body. In this respect, it agrees with the theory of pre-existence. But the difference is this. In pre-existence, God already created billions of souls there. Then it enters into. But in creationism, God creates a new spirit or a new soul for this particular body that is conceived in the womb of the mother. And God puts this new spirit that He created only for this person into it. So creationism says that God creates a new spirit and then imparts it to the physical body that is generated by the parents. So it has, they say that, every human being is a creation of God. Psalmist sometimes say, you made me or you created me and all these things. There are verses that says like that, you only created me. Well, that is, so they say that's the creationism. So the body is from the parents, but the soul. But Psalmist said that my body is also, when I was formed, when I was nothing, when I was formed in the deeper parts of the earth, when my bones were. So the Psalmist are talking about creation with reference to the physical body. So they cannot use those verses. And of course everybody agrees that somehow the species to be maintained, or both the body and the soul cannot be newly created, because if it is newly created, we don't have a human species. Like angels then. Every human being's body and soul is created individually, so we don't belong to a human race. There is no angel race. Then there will be no human race, because every single human being is created by God, both body and spirit. So there is only a corporate body of mankind. Man, but not a mankind. So that will be a problem. Creationism denies the fact that human souls had existence in Adam or in any other human parent. Creationist holds that God on the sixth day created two human individuals, one male and one female, and in them also created the specific physical nature from which the bodies of all subsequent individuals were procreated. However, the soul in each instance was created new, brand new, an ex nihilo creation, they say that. Ex nihilo creation, and then infused into this propagated body. So creation activity is not over in 6 days. God is continuously creating human beings for the creationist. So when somebody says, I'm a creationist, it's not the evolution creation. In theology, when somebody says, I'm a creationist, what they mean to say is that I believe that the human soul spirit is created, at the moment of conception or subsequent to conception, and then infused into that. Now, what point this infusion takes place, that differ from theology to theology. Again, the validity or the sinfulness of abortion depends upon. If it's simultaneous, they will say abortion is wrong, because conception and creation take simultaneously. As soon as conception takes place, it's put in it. But if it's subsequent, before the soul is put into it, if you destroy it, you are only destroying some tissues, nothing more than that. That sort of. This view was held by Aristotle. The other was by Plato. So this is by Aristotle. And embraced by Ambrose, Jerome, Pelagius, and Bellarmine, and so many other people. The theory gained popularity in the Middle Ages over Traducianism. Traducianism was very popular. In the Middle Ages, creationism has gained the upper hand. However, all Lutheran theologians believed in Traducianism, but some of the Reformed theologians, they, for a time being, they went. But now, basically, all Reformed, all Lutheran, everybody is a Traducianist. There are very few good theologians who hold in Traducianism, in creationism. The question between the creationist and the Traducianist is this: when God created the first two human individuals, Adam and Eve, did He create in and with them the indivisible substance of all the succeeding generations of men, both as to body and soul, or only as to the body? That's the key question. I repeat that. The question between the creationist and the Traducianist is this: when God created the first two human individuals, that is Adam and Eve, did He create in and with them the individual substance of all the succeeding generations of men, that is men and women, both as to body and soul, or only as to the body? This is the major question that is being debated between the creationist and the Traducianist. Was the human nature that was created in Adam and Eve simple or complex in another sense? The human nature was simple means it cannot be divided, only for Adam. If it was complex means it is number of human nature, for all the humanity, it was there. So was it simple or was it complex? That's the question that is being debated. Was it only physical or was it psychico-physical? Was provision made for propagating out of the specific nature deposited in Adam individuals who would be a union of body and soul, or only a mere body without a soul? The physical union of a father and mother is, I don't want to use the word creating, but causing simply a physical substance or physical and spiritual substance. This is the question. Am I the father of my children only to their body? I have nothing to do with their spirit, soul. They are rational, intelligent, they are intellect and emotion and self-awareness and self-consciousness and so many other things. I am not the father of any of them. Only son, I am parent only for your physical body. I have nothing to do with the other part. Is that? Or when I am saying I am the father of so and so, I am totally father. This is a big question. You are calling daddy only? So when daddy died, father died, the son will be saying, well, only for the physical, your body is daddy gone. But my daddy is not gone. He is not my daddy, only body is daddy. What a strange theory. It is. When you think more about it, the ramifications are too much. Yes. The question between the two views related to the quantity of being that was created on the sixth day, when God is said to have created man. What is the quantity? Only of one man. Now the interesting question they cannot answer is, did God breathe into Eve's nose after the bone was made into a physical, shape? Or Eve got her spiritual part from Adam? So they lost it there. If God also breathed into Eve, true, okay, your idea is correct. See? No, God only, the physical creation was of man, actually, the body and the soul. And then separated, took a living part from Adam and made it a woman. Made it a woman. In another sense, just like some of the scientists today saying that you take a tissue and and make it. That's what God did. Was it tissue culturing? I don't know. If it was tissue culturing, it was in seconds he did it. No, whatever it was. A piece of bone was taken. I don't know why a piece of flesh was not taken. Actually, the Bible does not say a ribbon or anything. It only says something from the side was taken. That word used for rib there is used only once in the whole Hebrew language. That's there. So no Hebrew scholars knows what it is to this day. Because it is taken from the side, everybody assume it is a rib. That's what it is. So they translate a rib. So now people say that, it was not a rib he has taken, it was something of a gene he has taken, maybe, Adam's gene was taken and made a woman out of it. Who knows what it was, The science was not developed that much to give us this understanding. So God said, it's taken something from the side. And theologians, they all translated something from the side must be a rib. What else is on the side? Because if it is skin, no operation needed. You don't know how to put somebody to sleep. If it's nail, you can cut it and make it. So a man has to be put into anesthesia, has to be given. But whatever method God has done, anesthesia needed to be, and it was a surgery. So what God has taken, I don't know. It's all very interesting. People have counted the ribs and found the same number of ribs for man and woman. No match. Yeah, well, Eve was the first one to doubt it, One day Adam went for a walk and he got very late. So when Adam came back and went to sleep, Eve pretended sleeping, and then Eve counted every rib to see whether another woman is made somewhere else. Otherwise, why was he late? It's not in the Bible, okay? Yeah. So this sort of, big questions are there, very, very important. So since God did not breathe into Eve to give her life, we must assume that life came from Adam. But that's a statement. He made them male and, after saying, let us make man, he made them male and female, and he called them Adam. So that means that both male and female were involved in their creation. It is only a separation of that bisexual personality. That's all what happened. God did not make, another woman with the soil, with the dust, and God did not breathe into her. No, God separated her. So that surgery was a surgery of separation. The Siamese twins were separated. Something, Of course, Adam was not walking with a woman and a man. That idea is not there. The idea is that the human species is created in the original creation. It is only the propagation part that comes from it. That's what God is communicating, that part. So the creationists really have a problem when we have the statement in Genesis 1:27, created man male and female. The creationists assert that only a part of the man was male, man was created, and then the woman was created from the bone, but her soul must have been infused into it. But Bible does not say anything about it. No. If that is what it is, that's a place to say it. So the creationists teach that God creates separate souls for every body man propagates. But it is good that both creationism and traditionism agree on the most difficult part of the question. That is, in Adam and Eve propagates the body. Well, if Adam can carry only all the bodies, elements or all the bodies of humanity, the spirit after all doesn't weigh anything. Weight comes with the matter. So what is the difficulty in them saying that, in Adam and Eve they had the substance for all the body, and so that's too much, they say that. That's too much. What is too much? What's too much? So they agree that at least the body that is the most difficult part, to think that, in Adam and Eve all our bodies were there deposited. If you can believe the body was deposited, there's very little difficulty to believe that the spirit was also. So the creationist concedes that human history does not start with the birth of the individual man, because the body is traduciated, and besides, if it's traduciated, it's already in Adam. So if it was already in Adam, the beginning of humanity, human species is not, when I was born, but right then Adam was created. He maintains that the body of man and the physical life are not ex nihilo creation, but the creationists say that the spirit is ex nihilo creation. No, we said neither of them is ex nihilo creation. Both body and spirit we get from the parents. The creationist concedes the existence in Adam of the body of the species. How could this be? Is a major problem which both the creationist and the traducianist have to explain. It is as difficult to think of an existence of human body of the entire species in Adam as it is of the soul in Adam. If you can explain that in Adam all the human bodies of the species existed, you have also explained the other part. The major difficulty is over. Actually, it is more difficult to think of a visible, tangible body to exist than an invisible and intangible spirit to exist. It's so easy to imagine that an intangible, invisible spirit is existing, because body is tangible, To say that my body was in Adam, I can more easily say that my spirit was in Adam than my body was in Adam. Now the difficulty often is the result of the improper understanding of the idea of substance. What is meant by substance? Substance is not a material, but the nature. We call about the divine substance. The divine substance is spirit. When we say divine substance, we are not thinking about a material with the density, volume that occupies space and all that. No, we are talking about a nature. God by nature is spirit, God by nature is not body. That's what I mean. So substance, people think of substance as matter. Substance is not matter, substance is nature. It is the phenomena which is the base for them. Substance is unextended and formless, yet a real entity. So in anthropology, the human substance or nature is without extension and figure, yet it is a certain amount of real being with the definite and distinguishable properties. When you say that he is a loving person, what do you mean by? Is love a physical substance? No. But is love real? Yes, love is real. But it is not a physical substance. Love is as real as your leg or head is. But yet, love is not a physical thing. But it's a real thing. Is it pain real? Yes, pain is real. But is it a substance? No, it's not a substance. So don't think of all realities needs to be material substance. No. When Bible uses substance, it's not always the material. Physical substance are physical. Spiritual substance are spiritual. Material substance we can touch, we can see with our physical eyes and all. The physical senses can handle the physical substance. But the spiritual substance cannot be handled by the physical senses. It can handle only spiritually. That's why we don't see God. God is as much as a reality as we are. We don't see angels because angels are spirits. They cannot be seen with our physical eye. Angels have to take a physical form of a man, then we can see them because they have taken a physical form. Otherwise they cannot be seen. So the whole problem with the creationists come because of their misunderstanding of what is a substance. They think that the physical is a substance, so from man the sperm is contributed in the form of semen. From the woman, the ovum comes. They are all physical substances. But spirit, that's not a substance, so how can you communicate it? You can communicate love. How you communicate love? It's not a spiritual substance. We communicate a lot of things. Ideas we communicate, don't we? Are ideas material things? I can plan an idea here in your mind, and that idea can control you for the rest of your life. Somebody can just plant an idea that, hey, your wife is not faithful to you, That idea can control your relationship with your wife for the rest of your life. At home you go back and there is a different kind of behavior. And the poor wife will be wondering what happened. Somebody has planted a wrong idea. See that? Is that idea more real than sometimes some of the matters? Yeah. It's more real than the gold chain you gave to your wife. Because the chain is not controlling the rest of her life. But this idea will. So the whole problem with the creationists is that they think that only a material thing can be transferred from parents to children. Non-material thing cannot be. Oh yes, non-material things are transferred, more readily than the material things. So only the body, no. The spirit also. The rational soul, the immortal life, occupies no space. But that doesn't mean it is not real. It is not divisible by any material instrument. It cannot be examined by any microscope. But it is as real as it is. Sometimes sit down and, oh boy, any doctor examine me, I have no problem. But I say, but I don't have any peace in me, I don't have peace of mind. I have examined everything. You have no problem. Your heart is beating. Your lungs is working. Your kidney is working. What is wrong with you? Doctor, you don't understand. My problem is not a kidney problem. My problem is a mind problem. I don't have peace of mind. See, that's as much real actually, more real. It keeps me from my sleep. In my relations, I get angry for no reason, get irritated, I shout for no reason, I run around for no reason, I keep eating everything I find for no reason, or I stop eating for no reason. And doctor says no problem. Yeah, no problem. But the problem is there. So I said the non-material substances are as real as the material substances are. Man is a material, non-material being. He has a material body and a non-material soul spirit. The material part has activities like eating, drinking, pumping the blood, and your different system, your digestive system, your neurological system, you have your sexual system, you have so many systems. They are all working, but there behind them there is another system. Even it controls all these systems. Your hunger is gone simply because your non-material system is not feeling right. People say, I don't feel like eating. I have no hunger. What happened? He said something. He said something? How that has affected digestive system? Did he pour it down into your stomach? No, he only said it. How can that affect? That's the whole human being. So traducianism has more, reality, and the Bible teaches it. We're going to examine a whole lot of scriptures on it, but it's time for us to deal with the physical things. How will I explain? What was your question?
Traditionism. It explains the transfer of sinfulness, right?
Yes, it only explains the transfer of sinfulness.
How salvation influences it.
That will come. We're going to talk about it. One word answer won't satisfy explanation. Yes. Salvation is not given by traducianism. Sin is given by traducianism. Salvation is a gift of God. I said that the sin or these things are ethical.
My question is, when a man when salvation intervenes in a man's life, the spirit and soul gets affected. So how it influences the subsequent transfer of soul?
Oh yeah, good question. Good answer is there. Big answer.
Genesis 1:26 he presented God as saying that let us make.
Yeah.
So he mentioned let us means plural like.
Yes, the Father, Son and the Holy Spirit.
Okay. And one more thing, in the middle of the Genesis, he said that children of man, children of something, he mentioned like so. So, what is the difference?
Oh, sons of God and daughters of man. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, it has nothing to do with what we talk about. The question is, who are these sons of God? Sons of God, some say that's a phrase that is used for angels. But sons of God is also used for saved people. As many as received him, to them he has given the right to be children of God or the sons of God. So it could be a phrase that is used for born again Christians, born again people, or it could be for the angelic being. That is also used for kings. Those days some of the kings were described as, Daivathinte Putranainte Raja. There were people who were considering, like for example the Japanese emperors, they claim deity until General MacArthur, asked him to write down a piece of paper, I'm only a human being, no God. And then signed it. Say now, you are no more God. And all the people in Japan know that you don't have a God ruling you, you have a man ruling. They stop worshipping the emperor. So, there are many, so some say that people from the royal family married ordinary people for their beauty. That's one. Some say the Seth line, the believers line, married from the Cain line, Canaan. Others say that some of the fallen angels, the demons, possessed the human beings, and in that possessed state they married, women, and they had relationship and all that kind of. So there are three explanations. Now which is the best explanation? All three have problems. And all three have advantages.